What's up, guys? Welcome to Tears Avenue, and today is Thursday. The weekend is almost here. Man, what a short week for everyone that's in America. This week has been really short. I love it. I wish every week was a 4-day weekday like this one. Specifically for me, I'm gonna be moving out with my girlfriend. We're finally moving in together, so I'm super excited for that. It's something I've never really done, but yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. But let's jump into the topic for today. That's enough about me. But everyone is talking about this Joker movie. It seems like this Joker movie is building a lot of hype and a lot of controversy at the same time, which is good. We want to have that conversation going. And that means this movie has a lot of impact, and it's building curiosity at the same time. For me, I can't wait to watch this movie. October cannot come any sooner. This movie is actually coming out on my girlfriend's birthday, so yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do that day. Might force her to watch Joker, might not, who knows. But yeah, I mean, this building a lot of controversy because of the angle this movie is going in, like the direction and the fact that it is a villain movie. It's rubbing people the wrong way. And the music choice in this movie. There's a certain particular music choice in a certain scene that I will talk about later that feels really intentional, and it is, you know, it's not something that people want to watch in a movie, or they don't want to watch a movie that admires it, right? And so let's get on to the controversy. So people don't like the fact that this movie, you know, walks a thin line on a, you know, sympathizing with a homicidal maniac, and a homicidal maniac and being artsy. So it's weird, right? People feel like, you know, it's an expression, and you know, it's a message. It's telling society, right, that anyone can become a killer or you know, threaten people in public. And during the time now in America where, you know, gun violence is a huge thing, and people are just, you know, people are joining like these white supremacist groups, and people are killing out of hate, you know, that does prove that, you know, I mean, I don't want to get too much into like the mental aspect of it, but it does prove that, you know, some of these motives are rooted in a deeper subconscious level of these maniacs, and something's happening in their life that makes them want to do that. I think that's what Joker is trying to explore, and a lot of people feel like that is sympathizing with the killer, and they don't like that, which I definitely understand. But if you want to be real about it, I mean, Breaking Bad is a perfect example. If you guys watch Breaking Bad, you know, it only takes one day for someone to just flip or break bad, to become a person that you never thought they could become, right? If someone is threatening your family, or if you are very desperate and you want to, you know, you want to live a good life, or if you're mad at the world for making you feeling like an outcast, or ignoring you, or, you know, disrespecting you all your life, of course you're gonna be angry, right? I mean, it really depends on how you are raised and what type of values you're raised with. So with something like Breaking Bad, I mean, the main character, he is a genius scientist or chemist, and one of his original ideas was stolen from his colleague, and they made a multi-billion-dollar business, and he went to go work at a high school. And so he always felt like, you know, he you know, he deserves more, and so he goes into cooking meth because he is a master chemist. And I mean, people that cook meth on the street, I'm assuming they're not master chemists, right? So and then he becomes like this drug lord, and he makes a lot of money, and blah 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 blah, and he kills a lot of people throughout his entire journey. But what Breaking Bad really tells us is that, you know, a lot of people aren't born bad. They're just motives that inspire being desperate, and they'll do anything that they can to, you know, to resolve that. And I feel like, you know, I haven't watched Joker yet, but I'm assuming it kind of walks that line, right? And I'm assuming based on you know, Joaquin Phoenix's performance, you know, he could be, you know, portraying his character very beautifully and artsy, and, very well, to the point where people are feeling like, dang, this guy, he's persuading me so much that I'm starting to feel for this killer, and people don't like that. They don't like feeling for the opposite end, or the killer. But I feel like in life, there's always a time where people, they flip, and I feel like Joker does that, and yes, it's scary, but that's the real world, right? There's also mental disorder that comes into it, and all the other aspects of it. But I just wanted to put that out there. So that is a very big controversy that's going on with this movie, and that's good because it's sparking conversation. And I feel like that's a message that we need right now as a society, in America specifically. Overall, it's a villain movie. I mean, what do you expect? It's a villain movie, right? He's not gonna be a good guy. It's the Joker, for crying out loud. So you have yourself to blame for watching a villain movie. That's what you get for watching a villain movie, not a superhero like Batman or Superman that's gonna save people, right? You're seeing how this guy named Arthur Fleck becomes the clown prince, how he becomes this menacing villain that we all love to read in the comics, right? And that's kind of why, he's more interesting when you don't know his origin, so you don't have to sympathize with him. So they're definitely reaching that point where it's like, okay, maybe we shouldn't have dealt with his origin, but they should have, because it's art. They could do whatever they want. It's subjective. He's a fictional character. So I told you. I totally understand both sides, right? And the other thing that's very controversial is the music choice, specifically when Joker is, jumping, dancing downstairs, or down some stairs. In the trailer, you see that all the time. And a song from Gary Glitter, a song called "Rock and Roll Part 2," and the music choice there is controversial because, in fact, something that I never knew. Gary Glitter, the guy that, the artist, he was actually charged with downloading child pornography back in 1999. Then in 2006, he was found guilty of obscene acts in Vietnam, and then 2015 he was found guilty of rape, and then he was sentenced for 16 years in prison. And so, if you listen to it, it's a very, we've heard it in multiple movies. It sounds like this. We hear that song all the time, especially in like NBA games. You hear it just to get the crowd amped, right, and hyped. But I can see where they're coming from, but I can also see why Todd Phillips chose to put that song in there, because it's a very, it's a hype song. It's a common song to use. I mean, if you're gonna get mad at this song, and you disapprove of it, they don't dance to it when you hear it at a sports game or whatever, right? So that is right there. It's kind of silly to me, but it's very, very intriguing, and it feels a little bit intentional for Todd Phillips to put that in there. And I'm kind of like, I guess you could have chosen a better song choice, but it really feels intentional for him to put that in there, regarding and just because of what Gary Glitter did back then. So weird song choice. I'm not totally, I guess thinking about it now, I guess I'm not for it, because there's probably other music or song choices that he could have chosen. I can definitely fit with that scene. But I have to watch the movie to find out, right? So that's it for today's video. That's all I'm going to talk about for the Joker. So let me know what you think about this controversial news about the Joker. Do you guys think it's worth it? Do you think people are just being too sensitive? It's snowflakes. Meaning it's 2019, right? People are super sensitive now. We have the internet. People are able to speak their mind. Let me know what you think about all that. And I'll see you guys again. Peace.